noodles and nudettes. And what do we have here? Yes, this is the 10th episode of Final Fantasy Fridays. Yes, I don't know how you've put up with me for that long, but I would just like to thank you all so much. I've been thanking you for the past, 5 episodes or something, but hey ho, I've got cream soda, Dynasticks, and it's Red Nose Day. Metal treat yourself. And I just cut my arm on this side of the computer desk. Well, that's something interesting. So, today, we do not actually have... We have next to no FF news to cover, I'm afraid. I have had lots of lovely comments on my videos from all you lovely people out there. And I have decided that I'm going to have a look at them all and, I know I've talked about them a lot, and but I'm gonna have a little look at them all, and I'm gonna say I talked about them all. I mean, I've talked about them, I've replied to the comment, but I'm gonna find some fucking ones about it. Right, okay. So yeah, if I mention you, I'll put a link to your channel in the description. But this is just I just want to go over a few of the things to talk about. So. Lightning Returns, regarding Lightning Returns. Now, and I believe this was episode 9. Yes, this was episode 9, where I was talking about the problems that Lightning Returns might have for some gamers about the battle system. And, the battle system, the graphics, the whole way it works, the way it looks, and everything. I've had a very cynical comment from Ragnaki Mezamage XX. No, and not cynical as in the way of bad, but cynical as in, the way of interesting. Very interesting. Fuck, I have lost the comment. No! Oh no, wait, there it is. Right, okay, so, whilst I was talking about the Lightning Returns battle system, this rather cynical comment was made. They said, Lightning Returns going to be terrible and a failure of the gameplay. It shows the command with the same ATB system as 13 and 13.2. Eager fans are going to portray if this game going shit like poo. What the fuck? I'm looking forward I versus maybe 2 versus 13, and localization of Type 0 to the west. That's why I'm 100% supporting Project Crystallis. Now, nothing wrong with this comment, and in some senses, I do agree with it. I do agree with what you're saying. Lightning Returns battle system may not be as fluent as Square is trying to make it, but cream soda, I'm drinking that. Yep. But yeah. I appreciate your comment. Thank you very much for commenting. Did you subscribe to me? I don't think you did. No, you didn't. But anyway, I hope you stick around for more episodes. And thank you very much for your comment. The fact that I wrote back, I replied and I said, I can't really say I hate Lightning Returns. I can't say, that cynical already towards it. I haven't developed that level of hatred for it yet. But, the fact that you think it's going to be terrible already is, it's acceptable. It's fine. It's like, everyone's already was showing hatred towards 14 before it even came out. That's what everybody did. The trailer. Oh, it looks like piss. Get it away from me. Yeah. But that's what people, they do that. It's like a human instinct. You've got to hate something. You're gonna hate it before it even comes out. I've done it before. I must say. I have said, "Oh, that looks absolutely terrible." Like some of the CODs. I just thought that looks absolutely. My opinion. They look absolutely terrible. But yeah, Lightning Returns, like I said, I can't hate it. I'm one of those gamers who, I can't hate what has not already happened. I can't hate the Lightning Returns because I've not played it. I've seen it, I can dislike it, which I do. I'm not looking forward to it, but I can't hate it. I just don't think that's right. It's like hating the next Terry Pratchett book. He's not even told you what it's about. Title. Oh, title's crap. It's going to be a crap book. Can't say that. But I wrote back as well saying that the ATB system is not going to be the same. Everyone, you have to get this in. Lightning Returns is going to be using AATB, which is an acronym for Amazing Amazing Active Time Battle. Amazing ATB. I did that in quote unquote there. Amazing. but you know, it's the summons in Final Fantasy 13. I've been over this. You know, you get, instead of choosing it, it's all button commands that you get. I don't know if they're still going to do that. It was just in the alpha. You need to realise as well, this game's still in its alpha. Well, not, maybe it's out the alpha now, but I'm sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. I'm still feeling a bit under the weather. But the alpha, I think is done. I'm not too sure, but it was definitely, most of the footage we saw was of the alpha. But anyway, you should support Project Crystallis as well, because I'm not averse to Type 0 and Final Fantasy 7 HD fanboy. I am just wanting these games to come out already. The localization of Type 0 is what I'm kind of most, what's the word I'm looking for? More supportive about, because I don't think you can force Square Enix to give you information about Versus, but you can force, if you get enough fan input, you can force them to localize something. You can do that. Yeah, as well. I'm also surprised Lightning Returns isn't coming out this March, because there is a lot of big games coming out this March. So we've got The Walking Dead, Survival Instinct. Got that from IGN. No, Machinima. Sorry for confusing Machinima with IGN there. Ooh, expecting the bailiffs coming in the door any minute. But yeah, you've got that. You got Bioshock Infinite, which I pre-ordered. Tomb Raider as well. That's just a Square Enix game. I was going to do a review of that, but I thought, ugh, can't be bothered. It is a fantastic game. Lara Croft is as if Nathan Drake and Lightning had a kid. That's what it's like. They had Hanky Panky, I don't know, maybe either up in the sky in the ark, or on the ground in the leaves and the sand. You know, conceived Lara Croft. Lara Croft lived this awesome life of, she looks like she's from Final Fantasy but act like she's from Uncharted. It's fantastic. It's the best series reboot, I must say, ever. And Bioshock Infinite as well, which I pre-ordered. Go see the new trailer, the False Shepherd trailer, which I'll put down there. You know what, this Final Fantasy Fridays can just be a gaming discussion type thing. Yeah, that's what it's, Bioshock Infinite, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. But, yes, back to Final Fantasy, with the topic we're supposed to be talking about. Yeah, the Lightning Returns whole battle system doesn't look that great. But as I said, I cannot comment on it that cynically right now. Thank you very much, Right, I'll get it in one word. Ragnaki Mensa Mage XX or Double X or whatever you want me to pronounce it like. So let's see what else we have here. Nura, what's her name again? Nurahion. They're like my biggest fan, I think. They like my videos. Can't wait for my new stuff. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Oh Christ. Oh, this computer is just absolutely crazy. Oh, and thank you for Black Knight Hawks, who's one of my recent subscriber. You know, it's gonna be quite good. Gonna be looking forward to talking to you, you know, getting some stuff done. There's also a great video you should go check out. Oh, got someone to thank. Thank you to JLW9113. When I did that episode 9, I commented on it. I didn't know if 10 was getting an HD port, and I asked people in the video and I didn't get any replies, but they did. I'm sorry I didn't see it. Thank you very much for telling me that. I suppose we're talking about that now. Final Fantasy X HD. Now, this is kind of the cynical corner. I did not like Final Fantasy X. I did not like the idea. I did not like the characters. I liked Tifa. No, oh my god, did I just say Tifa was from... Oh my god. I just said Tifa was from Earth, dude. What's wrong with me? Yuna. I liked Yuna simply because of this is the city. Sorry, no, this is her. So yeah, I didn't like the characters, didn't like that much about it, but I will get the HD. I'll give it another go. I don't think I gave it much of a chance. Same with Kingdom Hearts. I don't think I gave Kingdom Hearts sniffling away here. I don't think I gave Kingdom Hearts a chance. But Kingdom Hearts is all in all a good game. But you know, stuff like that, stuff and shit. Final Fantasy 7 HD, people keep, you know, complaining, why did you do an HD of 10 first, why didn't you do that? Well, Final Fantasy 7 is the most is Final Fantasy, really. When you think of Final Fantasy, you think of Cloud and Tifa and Barret and all that, and all fighting, earth, everything, all happy and cutesy. When you think of Final Fantasy, you think of that. You think of, you know, Cloud and everything. But it's not the most best-selling in the series, which was Final Fantasy XI. Not many people know that either. Final Fantasy XI was the best-selling Final Fantasy ever in history. So, what was that? There's a video which is like a Final Fantasy rant thing, and they're complaining that the series has started to go downhill. I blame this on the fans. Now, I include myself in this. I'm not pinpointing it at one point of the fan cast. I'm just, I think that the whole, you think the series is going downhill. That's you. You're making yourself think the series is going downhill because it's changed. Because everyone says that Final Fantasy XII was the game where it happened. That's where it gets called as the game where it happened. It's all about the downfall of Final Fantasy XII. It went stupid, the characters were gay, they were all crap, no sense to the story. You just didn't, 8 hours to do some of these hunts and everything. It took hours to complete, wasn't even a rewarding ending. Well, Final Fantasy XIII did change what 12 changed. Now, all the bad stuff that happened in 12, if you think bad stuff happened, I didn't think 12 really did ruin that much Final Fantasy. It didn't really do anything. But from that point Final Fantasy, I kind of call it the next generation of Final Fantasy, the 13 games. I think they were rewarding. You got a nice ending in a 13. You got a fucking brilliant ending at the end of 13 too. Versus will probably, I don't know, can't really comment on that. Type 0 as well, rewarding. That was more like Final Fantasy 12 though. Type 0, it had its kind of battle system. Lightning Returns, it's got a lot of hype going for it, Assassin's Creed-like style. I agree Lightning Returns is maybe changing some of the aspect of the series a little bit, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think change is good. You can, like, if you have Final Fantasy, right, and then the second Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy but different people. The third Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 2 with different people. It just doesn't work. You can't have the same game over and over and over again. It's like Black Ops 2. That's the only Call of Duty I own, and the difference, the thing that makes that stand out from most games is that it took a path for Modern Warfare, not like the game Modern Warfare, like the term Modern Warfare. Warfare we know today. Because it started off in the past, went into the present for a long time. I don't think they ever thought about doing the future. Now, this was probably the best thing that Treyarch could have done. Treyarch could have done. Because it got a lot of new fans. I wouldn't say I'm a new fan. I played Black Ops 2. I have it on Steam. I've played, my clockage on it is 30 minutes. Some people's clockage on that is 30 days. Never mind 30 fucking minutes. But Black Ops 2 was set in the future and it made it look cool. That's what made me interested. I think that Call of Duties were too gritty for me. That's why I like Final Fantasy. It's a fantasy game, it's fun. You can hurt people and you don't feel like any consequence. You're hurting like monsters and animals, things like monstrous animals, like things that you can't really, you don't relate to in real life, not real people. And you can relate, well, not relate, but I think you can feel more for the characters in Final Fantasy as well. And Call of Duty, they're all, they've no happy go about, get about them. It's so dark, so crappy. Now I'm going to get so many hate comments now, aren't I? Another thing that I want to discuss that has been popping up around in the news on the internet recently is the horrible term girl gamers. Now, this term, I have friends, okay, close friends, and they're girls, and they happen to play games. They happen to avidly play games, not just like they pick up a copy of Tomb Raider or Half-Life and they'd play it for an hour or two. They're gamers, they're proper gamers, and they hate the term girl gamers. I hate the term as well. They may think this is a bit weird of me ranting on for girls, but it annoys me because they get classed as girl gamers and the men get classed as gamers. Now, when 2013 started, they said that this is the only year that's ever started off where there are, I think it was 20% more female gamers than there were males. Okay, now I'm going to say this. I think that games have been predominantly owned by the females over the past couple of years. It's not become like a sort of stereotypical male thing to do. It's become, I want this to be like a big universal thing. Not everyone has to play games, but you don't get gamers and girl gamers. You get gamers. You get that one set of people. Like, you have, like, what's a comparison to use as? I can't think of one. Okay, can't think of a comparison. But it's as if they've been left out, and people always, you know, if there's a girl gamer like LD Shadow Lady, she does a lot of YouTube stuff. People go mad if she comes online and go, oh, are you really a girl? It's as if they can't believe that they're playing online with another female. Like, it's as if they don't exist. And there's this Facebook page called I Bet 1 Million Gamers Will Like This Page. That's what it's called. And they put up a picture. There's pictures of female characters from games, and it says, tag female gamers if they exist. What the hell? It's if female gamers are some sort of nerd fantasy. No, it's not, because like where I live, it's not weird. I don't want it to be weird everywhere else. Like in America, if you see a girl playing a game, like, oh my god, she plays video games? Like, what the hell? I mean, there's this podcast thing I watch, and it's a gaming type podcast, and it predominantly men on it for the whole thing. And then one day a girl came on it, and it was the most viewed and the most commented on episode of that podcast ever. Just because there's a girl on it. Now, it's a term of, like, a type of sexism. Like, I have two friends, and they play Final Fantasy League, and they're girls. I don't know if Final Fantasy is more played by girls or boys, or males or females, but it's just the fact that they're being separated. We're not all gamers. I want us all to be gamers. We're all, or people who play games. Gamers is even a bit coming derogatory now. Oh my god, there's one of those gamer boys who lives down the street. Oh god. It just really grinds my gears. Now, this episode was supposed to be going over comments, wasn't it? I've just been talking about crap, haven't I? So, yeah, girl gamers, annoying. Not girl gamers are annoying, but the fact that they got all this derogatory stuff thrown at them is annoying. So, Noodles and Nudettes, this has been a rather boring episode, I'm afraid to say. Sorry if you've been a bit bored, but I'm willing to do a little thing with you. If you can do this in the comments if you want. I've already got a thing for it next week anyway, but you can choose who you want your cover star to be for next week, for the title card type thing. You can have anyone. The one I've got planned is Zach just now, but yous can pick anyway. If I don't get any suggestions, that's fine. I'll just use Zach anyway, because Zach's awesome. But if you've got a specific character you want to be on your Final Fantasy Freddy's title card for next week, put it in the comments, and I will most certainly do it. So, Noodles and Nudettes, I'd just like to thank you one more time for all the support you've given me over these 10 hard, long weeks. I never thought I would ever admit this. Let's check the view count. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Yeah, 3,314. Now those views yesterday were 3,000. I've got 300 in a couple hours. 39 subscribers. Now you may not count that as much, but I do. Yada yada yada. Home is where the heart is. You're like a big family to me, and I love you all to bits. So yes, Noodles and Nudettes, I'm sorry if you've been kind of bored by this episode. There wasn't any news, so I thought I would just rant on a bit. I've got a lot of rants I want to get going on. But yeah, so make sure you donate to Comment Relief, everyone. Me and my friend were going to do a live stream, like a gaming live stream, 24 hours. But we had no way of doing it because the internet connect. We live in the country, over here in sunny Scotland for a change. It's sunny, but yeah, the whole over here, the fibre optics aren't installed yet. I have a really good internet connection. I got good upload speed and good download speed, but my friend doesn't have a good upload speed, and he's the only one with a dazzle. But it doesn't really work anyway, so there's no way of doing it anyway. So I'm gonna play games all night anyway. I'm gonna watch Comment Relief. So yeah, donate to Comment Relief. Be good to your friends and family and all that, and keep ranting. That's what we must do. Don't ask, you don't get. Noodles and Nudettes. And on that, I shall conclude today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week.